Hello everyone, my name is David Allen Gay and you're watching the 26th episode of David Needs a Job. To my surprise, August 2013 has been a very busy month for me in terms of interviews, and I'm including phone interviews as part of that list. Typically, July and August tend to be slow interview periods for me because not many people are thinking of hiring, not many people are thinking about projects, not many people are thinking about major sales initiatives. You don't see any major hiring spurts until around the fall because of Halloween, because of Thanksgiving, and of course there's the sales push to be prepared for Christmas. But to my surprise, I've been on a lot of interviews. I've actually gotten involved in a few phone interviews as well. And in addition to the increase of interviews that I've had for this month, August 2013 must be Stupid Interview Question Month. For this month alone, I have been asked more peculiar and irrelevant questions during the interview process than I've ever had been asked, quite literally, for the 3.5 years I've been looking for full-time employment. It's absolutely mind-boggling. And I had to wait for a bit before making this video to share some of my questions that I've been asked with you because I needed to find out what the interview outcome was going to be. Now that I've contacted some of these places and I've been told that the position has been filled, while I won't share the name of the companies that ask these questions with you, I will of course share with you some of the questions I've been asked and give you my personal interpretation and reaction as to what I think about some of these questions. At one computer consulting firm in Etobicoke, I was asked, describe to us what you think a typical day here would be like at our office. And I think he was trying to trip me up on a temporal paradox question. You know, that sort of Star Trekian question where you actually know the effect before the cause. There's no way I would know precisely what a day would be like at their office unless I was actually hired there in the first place. And I've worked at a lot of companies, big and small, different styles of work, different types of corporate culture. Each office life would be different depending on where you go. So I answered honestly, a company that would allow me to grow and to expand, and in return I would be able to empower those people that you have as clients with the necessary tools of IT work. Now, that would have been a great answer, except I used that same answer during the start of the interview, so I ended up repeating myself. During one interview at a music store, I was asked if I was Jewish. Yes, that is an illegal question here in Canada. You're not supposed to ask about the person's sexual preference, religion, ethnic background during an interview. It's not relevant at all during the interview. And I'm not sure if the person was just stupid or ignorant in terms of understanding the employment law, or he was trying to trip me up and trying to elicit a harsh response. I responded simply by smiling and said no. At an interview in a downtown department store, I was asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I get asked that question quite a number of times, but it does qualify as one of the stupid questions in August because it is a stupid question, and it was mentioned in August. This kind of goes back to that interview question that bordered on temporal paradoxes. I can't predict the future. I don't know where I see myself in 5 years. Alive would be nice. Employed would be pretty good, but I could find myself under the wheels of a bus for not watching where I was going, or throttled to death because I made one joke too many about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, our fans here in Toronto are that rabid about their hockey team. I don't know. I mean, I honestly do not know. I did, however, answer as best I could with the following response. I would like to see myself growing and progressing within your company, while at the same time using my skill sets to open the opportunities for your corporation and kind. At a cyber cafe in downtown Toronto, I was asked by the interviewer, what skill sets do you have that would make us want to hire you over the other applicants for the position? And I should point out that this position I applied to was for a cashier's job. Again, it seems to be going back to the Star Trekian knowledge of the future that I must have in order to get a job at companies. Without knowing how many people applied for the job and what each of their skill sets were, I could not accurately and honestly answer that question. So I simply told them that I worked in the IT field for 20 years. I am very familiar with networking on a very basic level. I have good customer service skills. While that's not necessarily a question that would make me stand out above the other people, because I'm sure there are other people who applied for that cashier's position that were also IT related and had good customer skills there, it would be an honest one because that's the skill sets that I have. During an interview for a data entry position at a real estate office, I was asked, did I ever wish to be a famous person? And my answer was no. And when I was asked why I would not want to be famous, I simply rattled off a few names of certain stars and sports celebrities who met an untimely or unfortunate end because of their fame. I honestly don't know why I would be asked such questions. Are they trying to trip me up, or is the person simply inept at being a good interviewer? Nevertheless, as I said, these are very strange questions, but they don't top my favorite all-time question that I've been asked for the past 3.5 years, and that is, if you were a tree, what type of tree would you be? In case you guys ever get asked that question, say you're a willow because you're flexible. I think interviewers like that. At least, I hope they do. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to talking to you again next time. Bye for now.